Hi everyone, this is Marty with Pezzadoodle Designs, and I am here with a video for you on alcohol inks, and it's sponsored by favecrafts.com. If you haven't visited there, I encourage you to do so. They have lots of free tutorials and all sorts of good stuff. So today we're going to do alcohol ink on metal. But rather than having to use real metal and pay the price for real metal, all I've done is I've taken a plain piece of white cardstock and a sheet of double-sided sticky paper, and I covered my cardstock with the sticky paper and then put the tin foil over it. That gives you a nice metallic surface that you can use your alcohol inks on. Alcohol inks are for slick surfaces. They're not for regular paper. They are great for glass, glossy cardstock, plastic, acrylic, metal, that sort of thing. And I have 3 shades of blue, stone washed, denim, and cloudy blue, and some silver mixative, which I'm shaking. You need to shake the mixative up real well. You can hear the ball. And we've also got a Tim Holtz tool by Ranger with a felt pad. Now you want to make sure you use the felt pad and not the foam pad. So we're going to just put a little puddle of each color on our felt. You don't want to overlap them necessarily. It's okay if they touch, but you want to keep them separate. Okay, we're also going to add a drop or two of the silver in addition to our tin foil. And then you just want to pounce up and down and rotate the position of your tool. You'll notice I'm working over a non-stick craft sheet. This is not the one from Ranger. This one is actually from the maker of Score Pal, and it is fabulous. It is pretty much the same with one key difference. It doesn't move while you're working. So you can see I've just varied the position of my tool and gone over my tin foil. If you want, depending on the colors you're using, you can take some blending solution, add a little bit of that to your pad, go over it again, and the blending solution will cause the inks to move and mix in surprising ways. You really can't do the same thing twice. That's what's so fun about it. And so you just play with it until you're happy with the look you have. And it dries almost instantly. You don't have to put anything over it to seal it or anything like that. The alcohol inks will not dry out. The bottle is made with a special tip so that it doesn't dry out. And your blending solution is also your cleaner. So it'll clean your craft mat right up, or your hands, or anything else. Now the next thing we're going to do with our tin foil is put it through the Cuttlebug. And I have a snowflake Cuttlebug folder that I'm going to use. But it embosses really nicely. And if you want to add more color, which I think I'm going to do, you can just use that same pad, add a little more ink to it if you'd like. You can also add blending solution. And you can see it works just as well on the embossed tin foil. And now I want to do one more thing to make my embossing really stand out. I am going to take some silver StazOn, and the reason I am using StazOn is because StazOn is also made for slick surfaces. It's not your regular type of ink pad. You only want to use it in special situations like a slick surface. It'll work on glass and plastic, etc. And I'm just going to brush lightly over this. I'm going to dry it a little bit first. Just wave it around, make sure it's dry. And I'm just going to go very lightly. I just want to catch a little bit of the raised embossing. You can also use a darker color. It'll really depend on what your base piece looks like. You can see, you can go over the embossing. This one is Midnight Blue Stays On. And it really makes it stand out from that alcohol ink background. So there's a great way to do a little bit of work with metal for your cards or a scrapbook page, any of your paper crafting stuff. And you don't have to go out and actually buy the metal. You can just use something you have around the house. Like this tin foil, you can use anything you want to stick the tin foil to the cardstock. You can use a Xyron machine, you can use your tape runner, and it embosses really nicely as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, found that useful. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I encourage you to visit favecrafts.com. Thanks so much.